try now on the judging positions. Hand grenades bringing. Doing their best to support the court in the cup now. Taking place into the first round of matches. The Germans are retreating and forward now. But they're withdrawing to prepared second positions. There's no rout. This is part of the defensive plan. And the Sherwoods know that they're going to have to push forward again to try and disrupt the second line of defence. Now, the African Corps are confident in their own competence, but they also know that they have been recently reinforced. With this determination, the whole team list has brought about the authorisation of a heavy tank battalion, 501st, to reinforce the African Corps. Now, at this moment, they haven't taken the field. But, as you can see behind Sherwoods, some army has arrived, got the heavies, to the Builder 2, the so-called Queen of the Battlefield. The Matilda have done extremely well in the early years of the Desert War. It's two kind of guns perfectly capable of taking out the Italian tanks or the Roach against them. By 1943, the Allied developed the beginning of German armies, but nevertheless, they were really armored and they complicated it. Turning up the 100 in our nation still held the army as a heavy. Let's wait for the last year. Not looking too good for the African Corps. Yes, they're getting forward today. And the corner, MG42, laying down, got 1,000 rounds a minute to give covering fire to the retreat. From the African Corps, in comes the honey. Now, the most Germans are in danger from this honey tank here from the Sherwoods. Moving up to the second. No, they've taken a defensive position. The honey's laying down to fight is priming. There go the Sherwoods. Now they're occupying the second position. With the Germans again have fallen back to another strong pre-prepared position and they're not getting up easily. They've been charged not to give an inch and to defend Tunis to the last man, the last man, the last man, and then looks like they've got to have a go doing it. The 501st Heavy Tank Battalion comprised the Germans' most familiar weapon, the Panzermark 6, the Tiger 1. But it also was only ever employed with existing panzer units. So you can see now, German reinforcements entering the battlefield. We've got Panzer Mark 3, perhaps the most common German tank used in the Western Desert. Coming up behind it, we've got a fearsome Tiger. The Mark 3 is fighting a 50mm gun. Tiger, of course, is I'm sure you all know, is fighting an 88mm gun. So the 2-pounder, the 40mm of the Matilda, the 37mm of the Stuart are increasingly now looking to be outgunned. This is a dangerous situation for the Sherwoods. Where's 48 RTR? Where are those churches? We need them on the battlefield now. The Sherwoods are pinning the obstacle down with rifle fire, machine gun fire. But it's increasingly obvious now that German heavy tanks are on the battlefield. This is a critical time for this attack. The Mark 3 is manoeuvring into firing position. And the Sherwoods, under the circumstances, are withdrawing back to the front line of the Germans. German front line, we've got some fire coming in now. The Germans always counter-attack. And part of that methodology is to target their existing positions. German artillery knows exactly where their trenches are, they've got them zeroed in, they've had a radio message saying they're occupied by the British, so German fires come down now the second line of trenches, forcing the Sherwoods to withdraw. We're involved now by the approach of the heavy armour. The African Corps pushing forward again to retake the middle line of trenches. The Tiger manoeuvring towards some high ground to get an overview of the battlefield. Has been disabled and the Tigers going into a dangerous position. A couple of very gallant Sherwoods who are advancing with the only anti-tank weapon they've got, which is a PIAT, Projector Infantry Anti-Tank, a spring-loaded anti-tank weapon that fires a hollow charge. It's a useful charge, but you do need to get very close to make it effective. And the vehicle they're trying to get very close to is actually a Tiger tank. My goodness, there another hit on the Honey. Things are looking dire now for the Sherwoods. If that Tiger draws into an attack position, it can dominate the battlefield. There's nothing there that can touch it. There goes the PNT, very cautiously. You're going to have to get close, guys. Tiger's keeping Hull down. He's confident in his armour protection. There is absolutely no evidence that this Piank interferes with the Tiger. It's the only option. He's fired. No, completely effective. The Piank fire, they're outdooring fire from the Germans. They've spotted the threat, such as it is. They're legging it back to the trenches, guys. Coming fire now from the British position. The Sherwoods are desperate. They've got to somehow deal with this Tiger. They simply haven't got the tools to deal with it. Greatness. The Enfields are not going to do the job. The Germans have left behind an anti-tank gun in their forward positions. If the Sherwoods can deploy that, they may be able to do something. But these guys are not trained artillerymen. It's getting a bit desperate. And the Tiger has achieved the high ground. He's going to start putting harassing fire down on the Sherwoods. German infantry still keeping harassing fire down on the Germans. Ladies and gentlemen, 28 RTRs turned up. And not before time, ladies and gentlemen. A Churchill tank. Now, the Churchill is heavily armoured. The gun on there. Fire. Nice hit, sir. He's gone around into the Tiger. It is a 6-pounder. Or would have been a 6-pounder, that shouldn't penetrate the armour of the Tiger. And yes, the Tiger's sitting there, he's obviously done some damage. So we have a round on the Churchill as well there. Now he's taken position, shielding himself behind that wreck Churchill. And I suspect he's judging the situation by falling into the current position. He's definitely going to that Tiger. These are being flanked by the Churchill, not careful. Churchill is in a flanking position now on the German infantry. But they're not giving up, they're still mainly putting fire down on the Sherwoods. And he's tried again. And it looks, there he comes. This is it, I think there's something. Oh. Right, the Shields advancing by section. And the Germans, they've had enough. They've had enough. They're retreating. They're retreating below that hot last line hole. And ladies and gentlemen, look at the Tiger. This is the crew members. They're bailing out of the Tiger. Whatever damage that Churchill did has been sufficient to make the crew bail out. Shields are holding the second line. There they go. There's the Tiger crew disappearing. Quite literally as it comes down. The Germans have played their ace card and it didn't work. The Shields are back in the middle position and it looks as if, we're pushing on. Let's finish this, guys. They're going to sweep them out the way now. And that's it. The Germans are streaming back now towards Tunis. It's only a matter of time before the port falls. And the whole of North Africa is in Allied hands. The damage to the Tiger has been sufficient to disable it. Has been knocked out in the accepted sense, it has been penetrated by that 6-pounder, but the turret has been jammed, the radio smashed. It's no longer a fighting vehicle, and as such, it becomes the first Mark I Tiger captured by the Western Allies in a usable condition.